Earlier this week, Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves went to the World Economic Forum conference in Davos, and they promised the globalists that they will fix the relationship between Britain and the European Union. Really? Hello everybody, welcome to the channel that challenges the mainstream media and the political establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elite. And we're going to talk about a number of topics today about what happened, all the crazy things that happened this week in politics. First video is about Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves decided to go to the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos. They've been doing this for years and years. They're the globalists in Davos every single year. But of course, if you're so confident that you are going to be the next Prime Minister of Britannia and your bestie Rachel Reeves is going to be the next Chancellor, of course you're going to go to Davos. Why not? Of course, you're going to abandon all your socialist ideas and values and claim to be a new liberal globalist. So it's so fascinating that the other world leaders, actual world leaders, prime ministers and presidents, apart from the Chancellor of Germany, nobody went because it was a bad look. They realized we are now under the spotlight. Everyone's talking about WEF this year and the cost of living crisis. We can't really jet around the world in the middle of all this chaos. So they sent their ministers, and somehow the Labour Party sent these two idiots. Starmer has promised the WEF group that he will fix the relationship that we have with the EU. You do realize what that means? Because we did Brexit for a reason, to not have that sort of relationship with the European Union. But the fact that he said, I'm going to fix it, translation means he's going to be getting us closer to the European Union in the name of cooperation and trade. Okay. I mean, we know the new plans that Keir Starmer has as the next Prime Minister is to increase green investment and green crap. So it was perfectly fine for him to go to Davos to hang out with the people who fund Greta Thunberg and Attenborough. And they don't really care about the consequences anyway. So he's no longer left-wing. He's not even right-wing. He's just globalist. You know, that's just the new ideology, basically. The new worldview. So, but who are the idiots hanging out with Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves? They are surrounded by these sort of people. The European Commission Vice President decided to go on this rant about free speech. Well, hate speech. Watch this, and please, for the love of God, tell me if you can understand what she's saying.
Well, we need the people who understand the language and the case law in the country. Because what qualifies as hate speech, as illegal hate speech, which you will have soon also in the US. I think that we have a strong reason why we have this in the criminal law. We need the platforms to simply work with the language and to identify such cases. The AI would be too dangerous.
None of that makes sense. I mean, these are just words, nonsensical words. And the thing is, they're meaningless words, but they are still dangerous words that she's saying, because they're putting even more pressure on big tech companies to make sure that they use ultra smart AI, the artificial intelligence systems, to identify mean words and mean tweets. And that way, it could create a new pathway for governments to make sure that they could get away with anything. Because if you criticize governments in the future, you will be in a lot of trouble. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but this is the world we're going towards. You saw what happened with the truckers in Canada under Justin Trudeau. We saw what happened during the lockdown days in New Zealand under Jacinda Ardern's leadership. On the one hand, it might be exaggeration, but we've already seen examples of tyranny that could happen in the so-called democracies. I have low expectations of countries like China or Iran, but we have high expectations when it comes to freedom and individual liberty when it comes to the so-called democracies. But we're going to keep you guys posted on this anyway. We have a number of video topics for you guys there that are going to be posted throughout the day, every half an hour, especially the crazy things that happened this week. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.